The restaurant hummed with the clatter of plates and soft chatter, but the air shattered when Karen stormed in. Her voice sliced through the cozy ambience like a siren, demanding a table for her HOA meeting. The young hostess, barely 19, stammered, "Ma'am, it's a 20-minute wait. We're fully booked." Karen's face twisted into a sneer. "Do you know who I am? I run this neighborhood. You'll seat me now, or I'll have your job." Her manicured finger jabbed the air, and spittle flew as she berated the girl, whose eyes glistened with unshed tears. Diners shifted uncomfortably, but no one dared intervene. Karen's tirade was a spectacle, a power trip fueled by entitlement, and the hostess shrank under her venom. But Karen didn't notice the man in the corner booth, sipping coffee, his sharp eyes tracking every word. Nor did she see the hostess's trembling hands clutch a small notebook, where she'd scribbled complaints from neighbors about Karen's HOA Tyranno night, fines for unapproved porch lights, threats over unmowed lawns. The hostess, Mia, wasn't just a server. She was a resident in Karen's gated community, silently collecting evidence of her abuses. Mia had been waiting for this moment, though she hadn't planned it. Karen's outburst was the spark. Mia's voice, soft but steady, cut through the rant. "Ma'am, I've reported your HOA violations to the city. Your fines and threats are illegal." The room froze. Karen's jaw dropped, her face a mix of shock and fury. "You little liar!" she screeched, lunging forward, knocking over a tray of glasses that crashed to the floor. The confrontation exploded as Karen doubled down, accusing Mia of slander, her voice rising to a banshee wail. Diners whispered, phones discreetly recording. Then the man in the corner stood. Mayor Thompson, unassuming in his polo shirt, cleared his throat. "Karen, I've heard enough," he said, his calm tones slicing through her hysteria. "I've seen the complaints. You've been extorting residents for years." Karen's eyes widened, realizing too late who he was. But the twist came not from him, it was Mia's mother, emerging from the kitchen. A former HOA board member Karen had ousted through lies. "I've got the proof," her mother said, holding up a USB drive with years of doctored financial records Karen thought she'd buried. The restaurant buzzed with gasps. Karen's empire of petty rules and power plays was unraveling before her eyes. The clash peaked as Karen, cornered, lashed out. "You're all jealous of me," she screamed, grabbing a water pitcher and hurling it toward Mia. It missed, soaking a nearby table, but the act was her undoing. Mayor Thompson nodded to a nearby officer, who'd been dining incognito. "That's assault," the officer said, stepping forward with handcuffs. Karen's screams turned to wails as she was restrained, her perfectly pressed blazer crumpling. The crowd erupted in murmurs, some shocked, others triumphant. Mia stood tall, her mother at her side, as Karen was led out, still shouting about her rights. The USB drive, handed to the mayor, sealed her fate. Evidence of embezzlement, forged documents, and threats. Karen's HOA reign was over, and with it, her grip on the community. As the restaurant settled, Mia returned to work, her hands steady now. The mayor approached, offering a quiet apology for not acting sooner on the complaints. Diners clapped for Mia, a small gesture that felt like a tidal wave of support. Outside, Karen sat in the squad car, her face a mask of disbelief, her legacy reduced to a cautionary tale. The neighborhood would heal, free from her petty fines and midnight lawn inspections. Mia, wiping down a table, smiled faintly, knowing she'd sparked the change. Her courage, born from months of silent resistance, had toppled a tyrant. The community could breathe again, and maybe, just maybe, they'd rebuild with kindness. This story isn't just about one woman's fall, it's about standing up, speaking out, and reclaiming power from those who abuse it. Karen's screams echoed her downfall, but Mia's quiet strength built a new beginning. What do you think, was Mia right to expose Karen publicly, or should she have stayed silent? Share your thoughts on what's right or wrong in this clash of justice and vengeance.